Hello there, Leo. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Leo for July of 2020. 7 months into the year already. For everybody who's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for like an overall view of the month. And we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Makes all of us Leos named Frankie, I suppose, for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't believe the cards are going to go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as a overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us before we begin. I can't get the words out of my mouth. It's like we're going to have some kind of competition, maybe a rivalry or something along that line, maybe with a coworker, maybe a partner at work, another friend, things like that. But we can handle it by staying like ahead of it, by keeping up with what's coming in, what's new, those kind of things. And also, even better, to add to it, we can complete projects like that we maybe were in collaboration with someone to do and complete them in a fast, efficient, better manner, which is going to make that competition a lot more friendly, is what I feel like, a lot more friendly than it was. We have good words down here. They're depth, patience, efficiency, release, and expectancy. I like all those words for us because our card on the bottom of the deck was the King of Swords, and that's going to be air energy, so it's going to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and it's going to be male or female because these are general readings, so I can't tell who it is, whether it's a male or female, but this is a great card. So some of us may be getting called forward, especially with that original message, being called forward to take on some of the qualities of this King of Swords, because this is power and authority with the ability to use force, but only if necessary. So it's a really mature kind of element. If it's someone outside of us, could be a person of power, a person that has a lot of authority, maybe, you know, someone, whatever, that it has this strength within them that they actually know what they're doing and actually know when to do it. Because swords are air energy, that's mental energy. So these kind of people think on their feet. They think very accurately and they speak, I think is the word, like very eloquently in their speech. So they're a person that thinks on their feet, does what they need to do. So it can be someone with some kind of mental work if it's someone outside of me, like a professional researcher, a lawyer, a military officer, things like that. People that are very involved, talk, research, do all the work it takes to do something. A really, really good counselor with this, well, like I said, very smart, this acute mental dexterity, the ability to think clearly, think very rapidly, think on their feet, express their thoughts in a perfectly right manner that no one ever mistakes what the King of Swords is saying. It's real clear. So if it's not a person, it will be a situation around us which these qualities are called for. Like I was saying, qualities that are called for, or we could be on a path for some type of spiritual breakthrough because it's air energy. It could be something to do with our spirituality or something we really need to communicate. and to communicate extremely clearly, right, with that power, energy behind our voice, behind whatever we're saying, the depth of our voice, like down here. Expectancy, that where I'm going, what I'm doing, what is of value to me, is what I am basically working for. Because our next card here is a little, I just realized how these cards are falling. Sorry about that, talking to myself. Next card here is the Ten of Rods, or Wands, however you want to call it. They call them rods in this one here, and this means we're taking up some type of a new responsibility that's appropriate to the new cycle that's coming into our life, and they may feel heavy or really like burdensome is the word, but we got the strength and the character, that kind of energy behind it to carry these, and we feel we can do anything, just like that King of Swords energetics. We can do anything, you know, because even if it's an extremely difficult task, something, remember what the original message, keep up, with new ideas or new things that are coming into being. That's going to help us to complete things faster if we're like ahead of the curve energy. So sometimes though, because I have to do this a lot of times with this card, everything we've gone through didn't work. We were carrying all these burdens that really didn't belong to us, and that's the energetic. See, the Ten of Rods, it's a 1. It reduces to a 1. So it's the energy of an end of carrying the burdens. At the same time, it's the energy of beginning something new, something that's going to be really valuable to us. But if it's like we're carrying someone else's burdens, it'll make us feel like real weary, like the whole world is just crashed down on, we're carrying it on our shoulders. But it's up to us with this card to figure out, do all these heavy responsibilities we have undertaken, are they legitimately our responsibilities? Because sometimes one member of a family, one member of a team, one member of a corporation, uh, or an organization gets all the dirty work. And the reason for that is simply because they will do it. And we Leos do whatever it takes to get the job done. So, and we're willing, for the most part, to do that. It needs to be done. It's ours. We can be patient. We're efficient. We can get it done. We can figure out what's going on. But sometimes it's not good. So we have to make sure that others are doing what their fair share of it, and also to ask for help when we actually need it. Don't let like the pride that we have stand in our way to ask for that help. An example that I always comes to my mind anytime I see that card is a co-worker, a kid first. If we have a kids are all home right now. I'm doing this at like I think this might be close to the middle of June, and hopefully by July things are beginning to get back together or back on track with all the virus and people being sick, kids home from school, all of that kind of energy. We tell the kids, make your bed, take out the garbage. They say, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll get to it. I tell them 10 times, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Finally, I end up making the bed, cleaning the room, taking out the garbage. And then other times, it's like the coworker that walks away from me. Let's say every Friday, they throw all their paperwork on my desk and say, Leo, do that for me. I have to go do something important. But it happens repetitively. They're throwing their work on the desk and they're saying, you do it. You're the one that can do it. Leo will do it for me. I can get out early and still get paid for it. And we Leos are standing there doing it. Well, that doesn't usually work real long. even though we're generous with our time, with our money, with anything else that we have. If you take or abuse that generosity, trust me, it's not going to come back to you after a period of time. So some of us may do something about that, and others of us, we may release that burden and expect the other person to take it. It's not mine, take it. Others of us are going to say, this is the new cycle, and I can do whatever I have to do in order to get through this in the best way possible. Best, most efficient, fastest way possible is for me to do it, take it on, and then I will have completed whatever it is I want to do. You know, and we do that. We do it all the time. It's like, okay, get it on the ball. Whether it's a house remodeling thing, whatever it is, it's like, do it, get it done, get it over with. If they're holding me down, I'm going to do it myself. Now they're saying, ask for help if we need it, and give back any of those projects, jobs that weren't ours to begin with, that maybe we didn't ever agree to, or we were agreeable before, and now we have the right to change our mind. Everybody else does. We Leos should have that right too, because the next one we have is the Two of Swords. And look at this. Her eyes are blindfolded. She has two swords crossed across her chest, So it's a situation, usually. The Two of Swords is a situation in which it appears, that's the key word. It appears that there is no way that we're going to move forward. But there's a blindfold on here, so it's a period of stasis, sitting like dead stopped, maintaining a situation that we don't, that's in some, maintaining a situation in some type of state of balance by ignoring the underlying tension around the situation. We're just not seeing it, just ignoring it, but not feeling ready to do anything about it. So there's a need to speak up with this card, a big need to speak up. And as we can see, she's not seeing it, but her mouth is not blindfolded. Her mouth is not blindfolded, so the need to speak up with this card, communicate about the circumstances that are involved, maybe like a couple. That's what comes to my mind all the time. A couple where everything looks great and good on the outside. They go meet friends for dinner. They're very talkative, talking to the friends, talking to each other. They come home. He walks in the bedroom, flips on the TV. She goes in the living room, reads a book, and they don't speak for the rest of the week. So the card actually is called the card of denial. What we have to do other is, in order for change, any kind of change, to make, any kind of change that's going to take place, we have to make that change before the tension becomes totally unbearable. So choices available with the card, which means remove the blindfold, look at the situation squarely, honestly, in the eye, and make the choice. Make the change that's right, the change that's appropriate for me. Now remember, all twos are usually about making choices or coming together with someone else, maybe for a project, things like this. But I got to know, especially with this too, what am I not seeing? And what's flashing at me is, what am I just like disregarding? What am I not paying attention to because I don't want to deal with it? And that's the way it kind of feels. I don't want to. I just don't want to. We Leos do not do that for very long, nor do we do it well. Especially with that Ten of Rods right before it, we don't do that well. So we will make the change obviously, we're going to make the change that we need. So we are going to speak up, I believe. We're going to release what's holding us back. We've been patient long enough, is what they said with our words down here. We've been patient long enough, because look at the next card here. We have the sun. So I'm like, this is the absolutely positive card coming in here, and it relates to energy and confidence and success and vitality, good times, that kind of energy, time of new beginnings, things going really, really well for us, so we can see what taking that blindfold can do for us, taking it off, laying down the burdens that aren't ours. So it, because this is all about accomplishment, success, contentment, material well-being, so good finances, anything in the air, in the earth plane, not the airplane, anything in the airplane. Hardly any of us are flying anywhere right now, but anything that brings us a happy state, a happy frame of mind coming in around us, really cheerful energy, very self-confident. You know, the King of Swords is extremely self-confident. So self-confidence, full of life, of vitality, like I said, being ready to take any new undertaking. Take it on, make the changes. So we are going to take off the blindfold. That when I looked down at these cards, I thought, uh-oh, when I saw the Two of Swords, but I can see in the energy of the King of Swords, of the Ten of Rods energy, and then the Two of Swords, oh brother, here it comes, and we're going to do it. Because that's actually the way we are. But, you know, making changes, but changes that are for the better. Whatever we're planning right now, we feel really good. A lot of enthusiasm around it and for it. We aren't worried about the outcome. Maybe moving to a sunnier place, changing a job, maybe even remodeling something in our house. All those things, projects and things, projects and things that I think are going to be like very valuable to us to get done, you know, to bring this balance and harmony and the energy into our lives that's important to us, because now we got another two. I thought about this when I was laying these cards, and I thought, oh my, we get the one, the 10 energy, which reduces to a 1, now 2, um, the 2 energy coming up twice, which is a lot about making choices and coming together with others or someone else. But this 2 is kind of a weird card, this 2 of Rods energy. It's type of a weird card because it shows there's some type of a second unexpected, probably unexpected, uh, unexpected, maybe an element, unexpected element moving into the situation, something that we weren't planning for. So an element of surprise. We didn't think this was going to happen, but here it is. So we're saying yes. I wish I could place these in your lives. You know, Wands, Rods energy is usually business, financial type thing, so I don't know if this is going to come down in our businesses or where it's coming from, but we have this expectation and we're saying yes to it. You know, we want to achieve ownership, wealth, this expectancy energy. That's what comes up around this expectation that we're going to achieve something, wealth, good fortune, in a sense like waiting for our ship to come in, where everything's just right and good. So it feels like a little bit of waiting period, but we may have to deal with some kind of unexpected things that are going on, problems we might encounter, like something that didn't come through or some kind of an opposition. Is the energetics of this card like a bank loan that didn't come through, or a partner that we were planning on just defecting, and say, nah, I changed my mind type energy? Something we really counted on, but we still would definitely, right? We have still definitely, we said, we're deciding we are going to do it this way. We're going to pursue this new course of action, and as a means to like validate ourselves, like show ourselves that this is what's right, this is what's true for us. So we have these two, one with this unexpected energy, this Two of Rods, and one with showing us like denial. We're denying something that's going on around us, and if we take this power and authority approach, we're handing back whatever didn't belong to us, or we're taking on what we really want. Well, and pull off the blindfold, making the choices, and with that sun energy, it means that it's all available to us, and that we are going to move through well, actually, because then it's like one and then two twos coming right at us or right after it. So whatever it is, I wished I could say it different. Let's say whatever it is around us that is important, whether it's work, partnership, anything like that, I'm going to say at the end of this, like, have a backup plan, right? Know whatever it is that we want for the outcome. But the backup plan, I believe, having that backup plan because of that unexpected little bit in there, like if I am planning on a bank loan from this particular bank because it's the lowest interest, and they say, yes, Leo, you're pre-approved for this, right? I'd go to 3 banks and check out if I'm pre-approved for them all, because when I go in to get the car or the house or whatever it is I want, this bank backs out at the last minute. I have a backup. Or let's say I'm doing something, a new job or something like that, that I need a partnership in. So I bring in this person or this partner, and I have 3 choices, and I say, oh, I want George. That's going to be my best option, but the other 2 people were good too, right? Last minute, George says, I can't, I'm not in the mood for doing that particular project. We got Alice and Harry or Henry to pick from. See? It's have the backup plan. Don't be in denial. The success is there. It's assured. Stand in our power, with our forceful energy, but only if it's required. Because the King of Swords can go to war, but doesn't go to war just cause. Just doesn't do it. It's mature, it thinks things through, so we've got to think things through. We got to look at them, be patient with ourselves, release anything, like our words down here, and expect that we have the ability to go within and find out what it is that we need to move forward, especially with that original message that's coming. Oh, I didn't look at our angel card. Can't make them up. Drives me crazy. They're funny. In a way, it's like, whoa, how's that coming? It says, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. How about the Two of Swords energy about being honest with yourself? Look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. Oh, that's nice, huh? Be honest with ourselves. That kind of fits right in there. Just keep on moving forward instead of backwards. Take off our blindfold and eye up the situation, they're saying very clearly. You receive this card as a gentle confrontation because the angels know you've been hiding from your true feelings. Take off the blindfold. We have to this month. You've probably been afraid that if you admitted how you honestly felt, you'd be overwhelmed with the feelings faced with making some necessary changes that you feel prepared for. Yet the angels assure you that it's healthiest to face the situation with honesty. They will help you with your emotions, relationships, and any support you need to make the positive change. However, the angels remind you to focus only upon the desire and not upon your fear, so you can attract the former, not the later. It says the situation will improve when you face it squarely. You deserve better. Trust your own feelings even if others don't agree, and don't give away your power to others. Avoid getting caught up in the illusion that this is the way it is. I knew someone years ago, and that's what they used to tell me all the time. It is what it is, but we can change it. Well, Leo, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and the comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anyone wants to know more about me, or you just want to go neb about me, or if you want to set an appointment with me, all the information is down below the screen over at the website to be able to do that. There's 2 short videos. One explains the prayer class, one the sutras. Those are over at the website. The classes I put out there for you, the prayer class is 2.5 hours long. It's real comprehensive. It tells you how to format prayers, why you do them the way you do, that kind of thing. And the sutras are just simple thought forms. They are put in a meditation. Takes 5 minutes a day, and it enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. The videos that explain it are over at the website. So to all of you I've met through 4 whole years of YouTube videos, and everybody I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you it's been an honor, privilege, a pleasure, and a joy to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.